Our guest this week is offensive lineman Payton Collins from Columbus, Ohio. Payton began his Colonel journey all the way back in 2020, and now here he is in his grad year, finishing up here at EKU. Payton, does it feel like it's been 4 years or 5 years now at EKU? What are your memories of that weird 2020 season to now?
Yeah, 2020 was definitely an interesting year for sure. And I actually got here in the summer of 2019 with Coach Elder's staff. That was my freshman year. And then Coach Wells and his staff took over in the start of 2020. But yeah, it honestly feels like a whole different part of my life, to be honest, because it's just been so many years here. And yeah, I just feel like I was a whole different person as well back then.
Does Richmond feel like a second home to you now?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it really does for sure.
What's
Yeah.
been the thing you like most about Richmond so far? Just the city.
Well, I come from, obviously Columbus is like a pretty big city, and I didn't know how I was going to adjust. It's obviously a smaller city, Richmond, but I think I've come to really love that about Richmond, and how it's smaller, and not as many people, not as crowded as a city like Columbus, and I think I've really fallen in love with that, to be honest, and obviously the people make it great in Richmond as well, for sure.
Mhm. Take us back before your high school days, growing up there in Columbus. What was your did you have a daily routine? What were you like in school? Just kind of tell us what about your journey there before high school.
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, as you can probably imagine, it was just kind of sports 24/7. Like, there wasn't a season of the year, any weekend where I wasn't doing sports, basketball, baseball, football, even a little lacrosse for a couple of years, just all sorts of stuff. And also have an older brother and a younger sister. And, we were all competitive. So we'd all be, you know, playing basketball with each other, throwing the football, whatever, just being competitive with each other and stuff like that. And outside doing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of fun growing up with two siblings for sure.
Even lacrosse, huh?
I was a goalie, so yeah, I wasn't running too much. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So I guess you had the easiest job. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. And then your high school career now, how did EKU get involved with when I know you said it was with Coach Elder at the time, but how did EKU become involved?
yeah. So I played basketball and football in high school, and we had a EKU, the EKU tight ends coach at the time. His name was Coach Sigorski. He came to the school. To actually visit one of my friends, and then my head football coach for high school introduced me as well, and he invited me to a summer camp. So I went to the summer camp after my junior football season, and yeah, they gave me an offer after I went to the camp, and yeah, the rest is history, as they say.
They always called him Coach Z or Big Z. Talk about a
Yeah.
guy with a fun personality.
No, he was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
where would you say you have improved the most in your game from when you stepped foot on the EKU campus to where you are right now here today?
Yeah, I mean, what's helped me so much is like the physical aspects and how I've changed my body because I didn't play offensive line until my junior year in high school. So I came into EKU as a freshman. I was about 250, 260 pounds. So I, put on about 40, 50 pounds since I've been here. And, that's just helped me, to grow in all aspects of my game. Because obviously, you can't be 250 pounds playing offensive line in college
Mhm.
at the Division I level for sure. So yeah, I mean, just getting stronger and putting on some weight has helped me in all aspects of my game.
How difficult is that for somebody that's not a student athlete to put on that much weight? You don't put on that much weight by eating cupcakes and donuts every day, like how I
No.
do. But you go tell us how difficult that is.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficult than people think, and because like you said, you don't want to put it on the wrong way. You want to put it on the
Mhm.
right way. But it's also something that's kind of always in the back of your head, like, oh, am I eating enough? Or, I have to eat one more time. It can be late at night and you really don't feel like eating, but you got weigh-ins in the morning and you got to get something down in order to make weigh-ins so your coach doesn't get mad. So,
Mhm.
yeah, just all kind of thoughts like that.
And every week when we talk to the opposing coach before we go into the game there, and more times than not, the other coach when we talk about EKU's offensive line, they say, "Yeah, that Collins boy, he's been there forever." And I feel like that's a compliment in a way because they aren't saying that about somebody who doesn't really matter in the game. I feel like that's a compliment. And to you, how do you deal with the accolades and the awards that you have got so far? Does that motivate you even more? How do you deal with that?
No, I mean, all that stuff, it may be, if you're looking from the outside, it may seem like an individual award, but it's really a testament to, the rest of the offensive linemen that are out there playing with me. It's a testament to the running backs, to the quarterback, really our whole offense. They make us look really good. And, I want to be the player I am today without, playing next to my left guard and center, right guard,
Yeah.
right tackle, and having great running backs behind me and stuff like that.
Now there are a couple returners there on the offensive line beside you with John and Vince. How big is that to have a little bit of experience there beside you to know what you want to do as offensive line?
Yeah, it's huge. Like you said, Vinny's played multiple years, and it's really huge at center because at center, it's very important to have experience because centers are so hard, because they have the toughest job, not only snapping the ball and then having to block in
Mhm.
someone, but also making sure everyone's on the same page. It's kind of like the quarterback of the O line. It's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. Now you worked with all those years with Parker. Now with a new quarterback in Matt, have you had to adjust anything in your game to fit the style of quarterback play?
No, I mean, all I'm trying to do is do my job and, give him as much time as he needs to make plays. And, that's what he does. He makes a lot of plays for us and he extends a lot of plays for us too. And yeah, I'm really glad that he's back there. And yeah, I'm very glad that he's our quarterback.
Yeah, when talk to most offensive linemen, they say their one of their goals is to keep the quarterback clean, not the for the equipment guys not to have to basically do the laundry on the quarterback because he never went to the ground. Is that one of your goals every game?
Absolutely. But last game, I mean, he was running around, running
Oh
people
yeah.
over. So, I mean, if he gets
He
out,
showed a lot of toughness.
oh, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
he was running people over. I mean, yeah, so yeah, we want to keep him clean, but when he's out there, it juices us up for sure when we see him run someone over like that. So,
One other technical question for you. Does your job change pass versus rush?
you talking about like a pass game versus run game?
Yeah, yeah, blocking wise.
I mean, obviously it's a pass play or run play, but you still want to be aggressive in both, and your feet got to be in the correct positions in both, and your hands have to be correct in both, and your pad level. A lot of people think pad level is just a run game thing, but you can't be high in pass per either. So it's a lot of similarities. Just one involves us kind of backpedaling instead of going forward,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of similarities for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Now this week we play Central Arkansas. You've been a part of some really interesting games with UCA. It feels like it's EKU's biggest rival inside the UAC. What obviously last year didn't go the way we wanted it to, but just speak on that rivalry between EKU and UCA because there's been some really good games in this series.
Yeah, I mean, every year it seems like it comes down to the last play, and honestly, that's what you want in college football. I mean, you want to be part of those games, and you want to be in a conference where you have that competition, and they've got some really good players on their team, and you want to be excited to go against the best of the best, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the game a lot, and I think it's gonna be a battle for sure. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
And I know obviously you want to take football to the highest level it can possibly be. What do you see your is there a backup plan or are you putting all your chips into in that category? I know you've got your masters and or you're getting your masters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be finishing the Masters after this semester. No, I mean obviously I want to play football for as long as I can. But if that doesn't work out, I've been thinking about maybe going to law school in the future. So that's something that I've been thinking about.
Yeah, very cool. Just one other question here, and I'll wrap things up here. Coming off that big win against Tarleton, there's a lot of momentum now on EKU's side. What do you think is going to be the biggest key to take that momentum and continue that over here in an important game this Saturday?
Yeah, I think a big thing is, we say this to a team that, beats us or we win like we did last week. We can't let that game affect the next one, whether we, lose or win. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a big win and stuff like that, but we have to get our focus back this week in practice, which I think we've done that, and get ready to play another great team. And just it was a great win, but we have to flush it because it's behind us
Mhm.
and move on from it.
Yeah, okay, I lied. I got one more question. I know you played with Tex and you got a lot of
Yeah.
fond memories of him. I know it had to be a very emotional day after getting that win, and I'm sure you were thinking about him.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, Tex was we came in together as freshmen back in 2019 in the summer, and I mean he was an amazing person, as I'm sure you've heard. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean there's no way you can say he wasn't with us in that stadium on Saturday. And yeah, I mean my prayers go out to his family, and he will be truly missed. He was an unbelievable person and an unbelievable friend as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well spoken there, Peyton. Hey, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Peyton.